Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the heavyweight champion of the world, Big George Foreman.
By COONEY, went undetected by Joe Cortez.
Good inside uppercut by Foreman.
Come on, let's go. Work on it. Come on. Snap that shit.
Oh, and look at the left. Come up and slice the one. And Jerry COONEY's in big trouble. He's ready to go. And there he goes.
2, 3. You're off, bro.
Now let's see if he's learned anything about how to survive, because he's got 1 minute and 8 seconds left.
Oh, and
That's it!
And I don't think this fight's over. This fight's over. George Foreman blows away Jerry COONEY in the second round.
And he came over here to ringside and winked.
And Jerry COONEY is not close to getting up. 1 minute and 57 seconds of the second round. George Foreman makes believers of some. I don't know how many, but made believers of some. Definitely.
George Foreman said just yesterday that these are dangerous fighters because they have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Jimmy Ellis beginning to show red in the face and blood on the bridge of his nose. Ellis comes out of the camp of 10 Goose Boxing, and George Foreman. There's a left to the body of Ellis. You know that's got to hurt. George Foreman weighing in at 257 pounds. Both men exchanging, and that looks like it sent Jimmy Ellis into a land that he didn't want to go so early. Sensing the kill, George Foreman moves in. Jimmy Ellis trying. It's now a matter of time. As Foreman sets his man, Richard Steele looking into his eyes. There's a left uppercut as Foreman moves away. There's another left that staggers Ellis. Ellis is out on his feet as he holds on. There is a right to the chin of Jimmy Ellis, yet he is game. He still stands on. There's another combination that sends him reeling against the ropes. There's a left to the head, a right to the head, and Richards to the chin. There's a left that misses, a left that hits him in the face. Ellis counters, but those left rights of George Foreman get through, and there's a lot to get through. There's a left flush on the face of Jimmy Ellis. Foreman throws a left right again. Ellis counters, but he is a right uppercut by George that misses. There's a left uppercut. There's a left to the head of Ellis. Another left. Left and right combination. That overhand right going to the head of Jimmy Ellis. Ellis trying to hold on. Foreman looking to measure his man. There's a left to the face of Jimmy Ellis. And Richard Steele stops the bout. Question Richard Steele's stoppage of the fight. He's very...
Boy, it was very tough to see what that was. Something hurt him.
Well, Foreman just nailed him with a pretty good right hand.
There was no...
Well, the referee didn't give us any indication of what it was.
There was no 8 count.
So with QAWI on the deck, he should have at least gave us some kind of... And now QAWI is landing some pretty good short punches himself.
Uppercut hurt QAWI, but we've said that before, and he seems to come back.
George is looking to find it. You can move your head all night, Al, but your body doesn't move. George be trying to throw some real bombs downstairs.
He's really not trying to hit the body of QAWI. He's landing in this round, no question about that. He's having a good 6th round.
And he got nailed.
QAWI lands a short right hand and a left hook. Gil, do you feel like everything is kind of in slow motion here?
Yes, I
it's like
certainly
we're
do.
watching a fight as if you could stop it and use a still every 10 or 12 seconds. There's 22 seconds left in round 6, and that left hook did hurt him. That's a knockdown because, no, it isn't. It should have been. He went against the ropes.
Against the ropes, right. That's correct.
That should have been a knockdown. Instead, Foreman stopped punching. QAWI got up. Oh, there's been some odd things in this round. QAWI went down a couple of rounds ago. No, nothing was called. Would be using.
Well, somebody maybe has to tell him.
It's true.
And even then, what makes you think you pay attention? You know?
The right hand gets there by Foreman. There's the uppercut, and that right hand pushes QAWI back. Well, you said this would be a key round, and right now George Foreman is dominating.
It was the first good left hook to the body, which I think he can land all day.
And I'm not sure that didn't really hurt QAWI. I think QAWI wants to quit. That's it.
Well, as I said, Al, he had the will to get by this round, which he did not have.
Well, it's an unsatisfactory ending, to be sure, from all standpoints. But as you look at George Foreman, he'll take it because he gets the win and, I guess, continues on in his comeback bid.
Well, we said it, we thought it might be an ugly fight, Al, and it was. There was nothing.
Good exchange.
Looked like he ran into a little bit of a left hook. Oh!
Foreman on the attack.
You're not kidding. Holyfield looks a little stunned, a little weary. He came back with his own left hook.
Overhand right from Foreman.
Real wide, but two good body shots by Foreman. The crowd going nuts here, seeing Foreman score. Oh, another right
from Foreman. And a combination.
This is where Holyfield shouldn't be.
And a wild left by Holyfield. And Holyfield comes in there.
A lot of the sports writers favored Holyfield. A lot of the boxing people themselves favored Foreman in this fight. Gave him a big shot. Oh, and he's got Holyfield reeling from a couple shots.
Oh, George missing with that looping right. But another low left.
Oh.
Through with the left.
Got to give Foreman credit for coming back like he is right now. He looked like a
doing it
man last round.
Everyone talked about his right hand. He's gotten some good lefts to the chin. And Foreman with another combination.
Here we see Foreman reaching with that left uppercut, backing up with the jab, short right hand, right off the temple. Bingo again, right off the temple on those. He says, keeping that defensive shell till you get inside, then go to work. You saw Foreman just reaching there and almost paid the price. Oh! I think he just knocked him off balance. I don't know if he hurt him. But his legs look unsteady right now.
And the crowd reacting to everything that Foreman does positively.
Oh!
More punches from Foreman, and Holyfield absorbs it in the middle of the ring. And Foreman lands a combination.
He landed a strict 1-2, but it looks like it's going to take more than a couple shots.
George Foreman was never a classic boxer, obviously. He always relied on his power.
He's not here to point Rocky SEKORSKI. And he inflicts some punishment here. Some hip shots he's getting through. Round 2 coming to a close. In the last 30 seconds, have seen some big blows from Foreman. They continue. Got a long way to go from what I've seen so far before that can ever happen. Again, the power is there. That snapping jab, and he's just going to try to bang this man in submission.
And the jab is one thing, as we said earlier, that George Foreman has a good one. Rocky is a very wide puncher. He loses a lot of power because of the way he punches, and also he's going after a big man. That left hook may have stunned SEKORSKI.
It didn't get all of him, but it got enough, and he is in trouble against the ropes. He's taking all kinds of shots with both hands from Foreman now.
Trying to hold on.
Oh, goodness, if that left had connected full force, he'd be out of here by now, and he may be very soon. Foreman is closing in on the end of this bout as he drives SEKORSKI across the ring. A minute to go.
For him to buy time here is not going to be that easy.
Well, he is very wobbly, and the punishment continues. That jab flush in the face time and time again. The chopping right hands, now the hooks. Foreman just teeing off on SEKORSKI.
Whatever you think of what he's doing was to get a knockout. That was important. My goodness.
Look at his head snapping back. He reminds me of Randy Tex Cobb, the way he can take punches, but he's taking a terrible beating in the process. This is brutal. It is over. Richard Steele's had enough, and frankly, so have I.
Well, and Rocky SEKORSKI does not complain. He stayed on his feet, but took fantastic punishment.
And here is what finally convinced Steele to call this a night.
Now there, those punches delivered in a better fashion. The jab and the straight right hand. And you'll see a left hook.
Oh.
That's not the real bad one, but I'll tell you, there's one coming up here. Yeah, now.
Got to see that round. It's a 10-10 round in spite of the fact that Mora was on the floor. There's again the left-right combination by Foreman. But
big article in one of the New York papers that was prophesizing that George was going to try a rope-a-dope type of situation here, or the lack of them.
Moore's punches are landing cleanly.
He's got to be...
Good body shot from Foreman. 77 through 87. Stayed out of boxing, ballooned up to 320, 350 pounds. There's a good left hand by Foreman. And now Foreman coming forward and moving Moore back a little. Nice work with that right hand from Moore. Foreman still dangerous.
Two right
hand. George ran into an uppercut, though, on the way in and trying to follow up.
Moore took two really good right hand leads from Foreman and came back and was able to fire on his own.
Right hand from Foreman again, partially blocked by Moore.
You got a question at this point, is Foreman's punch totally gone, or does Michael Moore have a better chin than we all gave him credit for?
To go now. He possibly already is in a position of needing some real drama. There's a right hand that forced Moore to give ground. He backs Moore into the ropes. The betting windows to bet on him, driving the odds down, much the way that the odds were driven down on this fight when they saw Foreman look in reasonable shape. And now George, following the advice of Angelo Dundee.
And like you said,
there's the left hook from Foreman. That one rattled Moore a little bit. And another punch from Foreman and another left hook.
So George had to adapt, and there he goes. He's walking into the left hook.
George Foreman enjoying his best round of the fight here in round 10. There's a right hand. Down goes Moore. He's flat on his back. He may not get up.
He's not moving.
Moore could be about to lose the heavyweight title.
I don't believe this.
Joe Cortez pulls off the count. It is over.
Holy
and George Foreman has pulled off the miracle that no one thought possible. George Foreman
Moore is still down. Moore cannot get up.
George Foreman, very calm, very cool, very collected, continues to stalk Pierre Coetzer. Continues to wade in, throwing
good shots to the body. Good shots to the body.
Right to Pierre Coetzer.
Very impressive the way he's making every punch count.
Huge left and right. There's another left jab. Scheduled 10 rounds. Bill, you've got to admire the staying power of this Pierre Coetzer.
And got hit in the bargain as Coetzer threw a right hand.
Pierre Coetzer staying in there. George Foreman continues to stalk Pierre Coetzer.
Ooh, that was a good left hook.
Strong left and a right following up, sending Pierre Coetzer to the mat. George Foreman stalking his man and waiting for the opportunity that came in a lightning flash. Control of the bout. He's scheduled to fight Tommy Morrison, who earlier defeated Carl Williams.
Good shots by Foreman. Went to the body first.
George Foreman now going on the...
What kind of fighter both is. He hasn't had the head rallying shots by Foreman. Hasn't had the kind of competition. I'd be inclined to go with Coetzer.
To the left eye of George Foreman. George Foreman continues to swell somewhat.
Doesn't appear to have the overpowering strength.
There's some strong left-right combination by George Foreman that buckles Pierre Coetzer, and a right sends the South African to the canvas.
5, 6, 7.
We have over a minute left in round number 8 as George Foreman has sent Pierre Coetzer to the canvas.
Second time in the fight that he scored a knockdown.
He wades in now with uppercuts.
Edilson Rodriguez from Sao Paulo, Brazil. He is probably the biggest hero in Brazil since Pele, the soccer star down there. Big George with that jab. Look at those big, strong biceps of George Foreman. This telecast of the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network going all over the world. And a special hello to Chris Myrams and Clint Brown, TV3 in Auckland, New Zealand, who are joining us for all of our fights involving Mike Tyson coming up. It always was in his career, especially in the early side. And he sets up the big right hand off of that straight left hand. You see George trying to get it through in his betting area. You had to bet something like $900 to win 100 on George Foreman if you wanted to bet on George here. And That was a big, heavy jab to the bounce the head back of Edison Rodriguez. Rodriguez came back and started throwing some punches at George. So Rodriguez coming inside more than Dundee would want. He's open. There's a shot. A left hook catches him, and down goes Rodriguez. It looked almost like a grazing shot. It counts up to 5 and 6 and 7. He's not going to make it. It's 8, 9, and 10. It's all over. A second round knockout for George Foreman. So George Foreman is for real.
Mildenberger fought well before being stopped by Ali in 12 rounds. Foreman getting more serious. Left hand by George. Nice left jab by Foreman. Angelo Dundee wants more jabs from Foreman, and that's the way he starts here in round 5. That's a good jab from Foreman. George has the jab working better tonight than it did against Michael Moore last November. Good right uppercut. Schulz would try to emulate what Tommy Morrison did against Foreman. I wouldn't say he's gone to the extent that Morrison did. Morrison really was dancing around the ring. Right hand from Foreman after a Schulz right. That one hurt Schulz. Left hook by Foreman. Big George weighing 256 pounds tonight. He is not the heaviest man ever to fight for the title. Primo Carnera was, but several times more than that. Oh, good right uppercut from Foreman. But Schulz displaying the good chin we heard about. Foreman lining him up with the jab. 1 minute into round 11. Strong right hand from George Foreman. Oh, there's that 1-2 by Foreman. And Schulz. Right hand by Foreman. Some of the fans here in the arena taking up a USA chant now to counteract the German fans in attendance. Than anyone could have expected as a 7-1 underdog, trying to annex the heavyweight championship of the world from George Foreman. His fans have been roaring in the last few rounds as Schulz has gotten better and better. A terrific 12 rounds of boxing. Axel Schulz and George Foreman. What a fight!
And tonight he is facing an opponent. If George, when he was coming back, would... Oh, and right off the bat, LACUSTA wobbled. Even though he's at 261.5, one of the highest in his comeback, feels if he wasn't working out and fighting, he could balloon 280, 290, 300 pounds. George, he made $1.5 million against COONEY.
Now here's where Foreman is turning up the heat.
Yep.
LACUSTA came out and he tried to get the control of this fight.
Oh, and Michael Dokes and Razor Ruddock, he went the distance with Berbick, stopped by the other three. He has actually faced better fighters than George has during George's comeback.
The light heavyweight
Oh,
speed.
there's George turning it on.
Right now, Ken is trying to use his light heavyweight speed, trying to move around Foreman. But it's just a matter of time. Target practice for George. Turned up the intensity this round.
And then, for instance, in the COONEY fight, where it really picked up the intensity and the combinations, and he has picked it up early in this one. Again, against Foreman, figure they may be able to move and stay away. But eventually, Foreman has found everybody. It's taken 13 years before Canada is ready for George Foreman again. Going to the body of Ken LACUSTA. Matter of fact, that exhibition, and there goes LACUSTA here in the third. And the crowd going wild. Foreman now will intensify his effort. As Foreman said before, you can take no one for granted. And there goes LACUSTA down for the second time. Will he make it? No! It is over. LACUSTA goes out with a bang.
By 18, we're told, which is legal. Cozy confines, big uppercut. And down goes Stewart. Stewart went down, he looked directly into George's eyes, and Stewart takes another punch and dishes one out. Stewart is level. How much Stewart can hurt for him. Because there is some question in that department. George lands a good punch. Stewart comes right back. You can't let Foreman hang out in the corner. An uppercut. And Stewart's right foot drags on the canvas. He's in big trouble. Big George is close to knocking him out. Fueled by the crowd. Big break for Stewart. A left by Foreman. Great fight.
Big George.
For TRANE, when he looks across the ring, which is not that big. I mean, it's a 20 by 20 normal size ring. To see a big guy like George Foreman, it's got to look like he's 2 feet in front of you.
The jab of Foreman, well, he can land it just whenever he wants in this fight. He's got a good jab. And even at the age of 39, pushing 40, he has a good jab. We saw it against SEKORSKI. It doesn't look right now like Foreman's having trouble hitting Guido TRANE. We have not seen TRANE fight before. No one has really in the United States. But Guido TRANE is showing us nothing right now. Foreman just peppering him with jabs. In the audience, Anders Eklund. The power stays there with the older heavyweights. It's the speed that's a problem.
Well, that's what they say, exactly. When you get older, you lose your reflexes, you lose your speed, but you never lose that power.
And it was true in the SEKORSKI fight is that you can't hit him. And what happens if a real good fighter is going to be hitting him regularly?
What I thought was very funny, or not funny so much as interesting, is what Larry Holmes said after his fight with Mike Tyson. He said, anybody could beat this kid, would be George. Because the style was.
Foreman looking to the referee like he wants the fight stop. What's this?
George.
What's this?
That's just blood spattered, Al. I think that